Being here, I just want to start off with this. This is something that was sent to me before the game, and it just is meaningful to me, so I'm going to share it with you because I think it's the right thing to do. And it's a verse. Greatness, power, glory, victory, and honor belong to you because everything in heaven and on earth belongs to you. The kingdom belongs to you, Lord. You are the head and the ruler over everything. So there's an amazing spirit on this team, and just want to kind of give honor and glory where it's due. With that, the first ever AFC Championship game will be played in Baltimore since 1970, when John Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky's dad, was the offensive line coach here. So we're excited about that. And our fans are going to get a chance to cheer just as louder than they did in this game, and they were amazing. 6 false start penalties. I thought our fans were incredible, man. It was deafening out there. So credit to our fans, first of all. Coaches and players, I thought, did a great job. Second half adjustments were really strong. And Lamar just played out of his mind along with our defense. Everybody did. So proud of our guys. It's the first step. The next step is in front of us. We'll find out who we play after tomorrow, and we're looking forward to it.
John, at 10-10 in the halftime, what was the locker room like? What was said in the locker room at halftime to get the team reignited?
Yeah, the locker room was good. I think everybody's just kind of a little edgy. You know, we're all a little edgy. I mean, I talked to him last night. Like, I don't even know how we feel. None of us know how we feel. We're excited for the opportunity, but we're edgy and we're mad. You know, we got a lot to prove, and I felt that was kind of the feeling in the locker room at the game, and everybody just kind of took a deep breath and said, all right, you know, it's 0-0. Gave up a big punt return, and it's our game to go win. We got to go take it.
John, I know that a lot of guys have turned over since 2019, but over the last 2 weeks, how powerfully did that memory kind of linger for you or Lamar or motivate anybody that contribute to the edginess of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a good question. I just think for those who were here, I mean, it's not something you forget, but it wasn't really in the forefront of our minds. It's just a different team. It's a different opponent. But it's not something you want to experience again when you've been through it once before. So it's probably part of it.
John, what did you think of the defense? Dominant day again, only giving up 3 points.
The defense was just as good as it could be. And that's a good offense over there. That's a good quarterback. C.J. Stroud deserves a lot of credit. They're very well coached. Their offensive line is really good and tough. It's tough to get to the quarterback. Then he gets out and he starts running around and starts making plays downfield. But I thought our guys chased him. And I thought our plaster downfield, our coverage was just outstanding. And we covered as long as we needed to so many times. He still made some really good throws in there. So got a heck of a running back. I thought our defense was just as good as it could be.
John, you mentioned second half adjustments. What did you think you needed to change coming out of the locker room?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about just pass rush lanes. We talked a little bit about what defenses we were going to be. And then offensively, we talked a little bit about completions, a little bit about a profit game, you know. Let's get the thing going, not try to push the ball downfield quite as much. I think that also helped open up the run game a little bit. So Lamar did a great job. A lot of that was his thinking as well. I mean, he was all over what he thought we needed to do in the second half. Collaborative effort for sure. Todd deserves a lot of credit. I thought he called a great game, especially in the second half. And Mike was, you know, he was on fire.
John, could you get a sense from that this was going to be the type of game they were going to get out of Lamar?
Yeah, I mean, I really did. We talked about it. I thought Lamar was going to play great, but he's played great all year, you know. And just now, it's more important than ever. He's been locked in from day one. That's his term, and we've all kind of ran with that. And I think he's directed this whole thing. But like he said, we got more work to do.
John, were you surprised how much they blitzed you guys?
No, not at all, because they had a little bit of success doing it the first game. They've picked their spots. They've been a good blitz team. We kind of expected it. We prepared for it. We worked on blitz stuff for 2 weeks. Lamar did a great job. The offensive line, everybody did a great job. I mean, we had our moments. We had to make a few adjustments in terms of how we were picking them up. They changed up a couple things for this game too, and we had to flip our protections a little bit.
So what were your adjustments in the second half, John, to their blitz?
No, I think we just did a better job of kind of getting the ball out on time. I think Todd called a different game. It wasn't so much hold the ball and try to push the ball downfield, which Lamar did a good job. But once Lamar was able to sit back there and just kind of pick them apart, getting the ball out quick, he just did a great job with that, and that took control of the game.
So that video just appeared of you doing another dance after. How many more you got left?
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was everybody. I mean, George Godsey started it off because he wanted, is it Night Train by the Gap Band? I don't know which song it was. The Train song by the Gap Band. I should know that song. It's my era. But George got us started, then we all got in there and danced. So I just want you to know it wasn't just me, just for the
John,
record.
we saw Gus Edwards leave. Is he okay? And what do you think of Dalvin Cook?
I thought Dalvin Cook did. Gus is okay. I thought Dalvin was a spark. You know, he did a nice job to finish the thing off at the end when we needed to run the clock out.
Justice Hill.
Justice had a great game. Justice, so many runs all throughout the game, and at the end, a couple hard runs. Yeah. I told Justice, I said, man, you're really, really talented, but your heart's even bigger.
John, you kind of touched on it in your opening statement, but how meaningful is it for you and this group to be the first in franchise history to host an AFC championship?
It's meaningful, you know, and now we got to get to work and go win it. You know, that's really, that's the challenge.
Is it just kind of feel like that initial win just frees you guys up a little bit? You talk about that, back to that edginess. Is that kind of give an albatross off you a little bit?
Our guys are going to stay edgy. Our guys are going to stay edgy. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but they're determined and they're motivated. And it's going to be a great team coming in here next week. And we're going to have to play our best football. And I promise you that's all these guys are going to be thinking about.
John, what happened on the punt return touchdown from the Texans? What thing broke down?
Yeah, it wasn't, I know Jordan will probably tell you it wasn't the greatest punt he's ever had. And it was into the wind. It was really a tough punt, and the drop was tough. Got in his hands fast. We were skewed to the left more because we thought maybe we'd go left a little more, and thought they blocked it really well, and he's a great returner. I'm proud of the fact the rest of the game that we got it under wraps, but I give him a lot of credit. That's a very good special teams unit, and it was a great return by them.
John, why do you think your guys designed runs for Lamar? The boots, the draws were so effective, knowing that there's always going to be eyes on him.
Yeah, but you got to put eyes on the other guys too, because their offensive line blocks and the downhill runs were effective, and you got to put a lot of resources into stopping those runs. So I guess you give the offensive line and running backs credit for forcing all that attention inside, and Lamar is so good getting the ball back outside. All set? Thank you.
Lamar, John mentioned you guys were edgy and angry in the locker room in the second half. Is that opening drive that you were?
I was.
In that opening drive in the second half, did that allow you to exhale a little bit, or what were your emotions, I guess?
I mean, we had no other choice. Offense as a unit, you know, just not putting point. Well, we scored once first half, drove the ball a couple times first half, but we didn't really have success, and our defense was playing lights out, but we not responding, you know. So we just had to dial in halftime, like Coach said, you know, get the ball out quick, and let the defense play us honest, and that's what he did.
Lamar, you said when we talked to you on Tuesday, you said you felt like you were more prepared for this than you ever had been before. Did you feel like that showed up in the adjustments you guys were able to make in the second half?
I believe so.
Lamar, can you describe what you were feeling, what was said at halftime?
It'd be inappropriate if I said it right here. It would, you know. But yeah, we wasn't really doing anything, you know, to that defense. They was playing great, and that offense was playing great as well. But we wasn't doing our job, you know, with our unit. In second half, we went to put points on the board, start moving the ball, moving the chains, and start looking like ourselves.
Lamar, take us through the TD to Isaiah. It looked like he was asking for it high in the air. Was that the touchdown pass that you threw?
I mean, you know, the receivers call for the ball, tight ends call for the ball when they feel like they got someone beat. So that's all he was doing. But I feel like he was getting grabbed a little from 24. But I just had to place the ball, throw it back shoulder because he was undercutting, and he just made it. He went up, made a great catch. The rest is history.
Lamar, I know it's one game at a time, but now that you guys are going to the AFC Championship game, your dream of wanting to hold the Lombardi Trophy, is it starting to, you know, feel like it's getting closer at this point?
Nah, because we gotta finish, you know. Still playoffs, we're not in the dance yet, but I'm looking forward to next week, to be honest with you. I'm not even thinking about the Super Bowl until we handle business.
The fact that it took you sort of a half to get moving on offense, how much do you think that's a function of sort of 3 weeks without playing a meaningful game and getting back into the groove there?
I mean, everything can play a part of it, you know. Can't just say like we was rusty, you know. It was windy, it was cold as heck out there, but everything played a factor, you know. But the thing I'm proud about our team is, you know, we came out second half and we did what we were supposed to do, put points on the board.
Sorry, how much more in control of the game do you kind of feel now versus maybe some of the playoff appearances past? Are you looking at things and saying, yeah, I'm more experienced, I'm more ready for this?
Definitely. I got the keys to the offense, and when I see it, I just try to put my team in the best position I could.
Lamar, what happened on the second touchdown run of yours? You went back into the tunnel. What took you all the way back there, and what was it like coming out?
I don't know what took me back there, but what happened when I came out? Mo got the camera, you know, me and Ronnie taking pictures. That's what happened when I came out the tunnel, but I don't know what led me to it. I just seen it, and I was off to the races.
Were you surprised at all that they blitzed as much as they did in the first half? It was like 70% of your dropbacks.
No, I wasn't surprised. You know, they were having success first half with blitzing us, soft blitz and zero. They was doing their thing, but we watched a lot of film. We was prepared. We just making little mistakes on, you know, protecting the blitz and getting the ball out on time. But second half, I felt like we was doing what we were supposed to do.
Who did most of the talking at halftime? Who did most of the talking at halftime?
I did.
You did.
A lot of cursing at halftime. That's why I said it was inappropriate, Ron.
John was also talking about how you and Todd were really collaborating together to make some of those adjustments at halftime. What has Todd's trust in you and your insight meant this year?
It mean a lot, you know, for your OC to, you know, trusting you to be out there and putting our team in a great situation. That's all I need, and we gonna go from there.
Two more. Much has been said about you having one playoff win over the course of your career. Have you heard that? Did it motivate you?
You know I heard that.
What's that?
You know I heard that. I seen it. I don't even got to hear it. I see it, you know. But it is what it is. I really don't care about what people say. You know, I'm trying to win day in, day out. Every time I'm on that field, I'm trying to play to the best of my ability. Those guys just had our team number in the past, but it's a different team, like I've been saying, and we just got to stay locked in on what's ahead of us.
Jonas.
Lamar, it looked like they kind of tried to test you guys with some like delayed blitzes, some safety blitzes. I guess, what did you kind of see, especially when you were able to kind of catch them showing their hand, and how did that affect your guys' offense?
Yeah, you know, when they was trying to disguise their blitz or hold blitz, I'm seeing it. You know, I'm looking at the safeties, I'm looking at the linebackers, I'm looking at everything, you know, and I'm getting the ball out because if they got a counter for their blitz, I got a counter for it, you know, on my side. So I just got to do what I do, you know, dish the ball out to the guys who's open, and that's what we did.
All right, thanks, Lamar.
Appreciate you.
Patrick, what's it say about this defense? You only gave up 3 points the whole game. You didn't have a turnover or a sack.
Just resilient. You know, they was dropping the ball quite a few times, and you know we just stayed in there, held our ground. Bend but don't break. You know, everybody locked in when we absolutely needed to, and we got the job finished.
Patrick, do you think the way you guys hit, especially early on, do you think that kind of set a tone?
Yeah, you know, that's how we're supposed to come out. That's how you're supposed to play the game. So we don't shy away from that kind of stuff. I know, you know, there's a lot of jawing back and forth. Some people probably thought we shouldn't have been playing like that in the game, and you know, that's just what we do. So we like that kind of stuff.
Patrick, John, Harbaugh described the halftime as edgy. Lamar said there's a lot of cussing. What, from your vantage point, was the halftime locker room like?
We know what we're capable of, and we wasn't putting that out on the field. So when you got guys like Lamar who's upset about that kind of stuff, who usually don't tend to talk that much, but when he does, it's very vocal. You just got to sit up and listen. The guy got something good to say, and he was rightfully so in the right place to say what he said. So you know, that's when it's our job to just keep giving them the ball back and let them do what they do.
Did you have absolute faith that you guys would respond in the second half? Yeah. You guys have done it throughout the year.
Yeah, no doubt. I know. We all know what we could do. We know, that's why halftime it got edgy, because we know what we could do. Just sitting there, the game shouldn't be that close. But, you know, give those guys respect and all the credit that they had it close like that.
Lamar's playoff record was obviously talked about a lot entering this game. With a performance like that, what does it say about the quarterback he is in the regular season and the playoffs?
He ain't done yet. He got a lot of left to prove. And he wants to prove that. That's why he's so hungry. That's why you can see it in his eyes. You can see it in the way he talked, the way he acting right now. He got a lot to prove, and he want to prove that.
Is there a different look and feel for him in that regard this season than in the past?
Yeah. You know, he always been that same guy. To me, it's just another notch right now. He know what we want is in reach. And we just got to take that one game at a time, one play at a time, one day at a time, one practice at a time, and we'll be able to achieve that thing.
Patrick, do you think this was a game where, in that second half especially, you could feel like you guys were the team with rest and maybe the team coming off, you know, a game last weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know because we practice. We ain't practice soft neither, so we had to pass on the stuff. We did what we had to do. That's a tough question, honestly. Me personally, I don't care about the rest. I think any week you get to suit up, you got to do enough time to recover, do what you need to do. If we got advantage of that, then cool, we earned it.
Patrick, how would you describe your game plan against Stroud? I mean, he had so much success, throwing downfield against Cleveland the week before. How did you guys plan to attack him?
We just do our job. They like to take shots. They like to do a lot of gimmick stuff to get guys open and stuff. Cleveland just had bad eyes. They was on all the stuff. They just had bad eyes late in the downs. And that's what we just did. We just played smart, played to our rules, and just did what we had to do.
You had
2 more for Patrick.
Despite not getting a sack, you put a lot of pressure on him. You got him off his spot a lot. Was that part of the plan to get him on the move, get him off balance?
Definitely. Anytime you got a guy like that who could put the ball anywhere, you got to get to him and give those guys up front credit. Because we wasn't blitzing a whole lot, 4-man rush and getting there, so give those guys a lot of credit up front.
Patrick, can you describe the crowd's influence on their offense from your influence?
Do what? I'm sorry.
The crowd's influence on their offense.
Oh yeah, it got loud. It got loud quite a few times. You can see they had some false starts here and there. That's how we need to bank. We need it rocking like that every time.
All right, thanks, Patrick.
Appreciate it.